Hello, testing 1, 2. Welcome to the new topic, Diaspora Management. It's a course that we probably, by my own research, haven't come across in the way we structured it and the way we hope to deliver it. For we do this on a practical basis in order to guide people who come on this program and those who interface with the people that are trained understand the processes and procedures which you need to have and put in place for an effective management of diaspora groups living abroad away from a country of origin. It's a business program which we believe it's fundamental. Why? Because any nation that develops very well has people who have had to live abroad. What do they see there? What do they bring back home? Okay, welcome to the unit on diaspora management. This is a very special program which is a part of the full diaspora management diploma, but unit 1 and unit 2 of diaspora management can be added to the entrepreneurship program to make it a full diploma. And the two optional units we've included, unit 1 is resourcefulness and development. Then unit 2 from your booklet is community links. And today's session will focus on unit 1, resourcefulness and development. And this unit, like the other units, is broken up into the first part, which is what a diaspora organization is and the meaning of diaspora communities. Just a minute, I want to just stand up so that you can see me also on the program there. So the PowerPoint I'm looking at there probably is appearing on the screen as well. So you're going to be looking at let me just set afresh. Unit 1, resourcefulness and development. What you will learn in this unit, the pattern is what a diaspora organization is and the meaning of diaspora communities. Number 2, what the brain drain is not, and the importance of people in the diaspora. You also learn some legal awareness of living in the diaspora, how to harness the resources that are available within the diaspora base, and how you can effectively contribute to the development of the country of origin. And I beg your pardon, I think it's how to harness the resources that are available within a diaspora base and how you can effectively contribute to the development of a country you are now resident. How to develop your skills to become relevant to the constant change in the economic structure of the global village. You will see later that learning outcome number 4 is concluded better in unit 2, how you can link your development or what you've learned in the country where you are now resident to the country of origin, because you have got a dual existence, where you came from and where you're living now. You have a responsibility to both nations. So here, if we just proceed a little bit, I want to just look at some of the fundamental aspects in defining the diaspora community. I want us to look at this diagram, which is here. I'll call this diaspora. Here, origin. Origin is where a person that now has left the home country, living here in the diaspora, and this is where they came from. It could be anywhere. Although some of the examples that you see in this session might focus on Africa, it's simply because of the theme that we're looking at. But this is not just for Africa, it's for anybody who has left a country of origin and going to live abroad. You could be from the United Kingdom, now you live in Africa. You could be from America, now you live in Australia. This is relevant for you and to you. Okay. Now let me just roll the resource on the computer here so that we can see some of the assessment criteria, what will guide us in learning these materials. At the end of the session or the program itself, how would you know that you are actually achieving? In front of your screen, you will see the assessment criteria, which is P1. Define the meaning of diaspora from your point of view. No right and wrong, just what you think it is. You gotta define that one. Then part B, give just 2 examples in every word, in very few words, how a diaspora person impacts you in a positive sense. So here, I want you to look at the positive side of any person who lives in diaspora can impact you from your point of view. If you've had an experience already, look at the positive sides that they did for you and we did together. Okay? And it says whether you are one of them or not. If you're one of those persons that lived in diaspora and now you've gone back to your own country, try to think about the positive things that you brought back to your own nation. Okay? Here, the way you tackle this P1, you've got to use bullet points. We don't want too much waffle. Just put number 1, this, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Then P2, describe 2 or more ways in which a diaspora person can show value added to, number 1, their qualifications, attitude, consistency, public relations, family and community. This is value added. For example, if I gave you this object, next morning or next few days or next 2 months, I want to come and find what value addition you put on this thing. We'll go into discussion at some point. P3, state just 2 areas in which the host community, which is now, for example, if you live in the United Kingdom, you're from Africa, now the host community is a United Kingdom. It says state just 2 areas in which the host community links with the diaspora communities in your local area. I'm delivering this lesson right now in Warsaw. I must go out there and find out what as the host community of Warsaw, the local authorities or their agencies, have linked with the diaspora communities. Who are diaspora communities? This is when we come to the definition of the diaspora. Who is a diaspora community, or what is a diaspora community? In short, a community that has left their home country for any reason and have come to live in another country, and that country has received them. So the people who have left another country of their origin to go and live elsewhere in somebody else's country, that is a diaspora sort of, those number of people that come together from different nations to make a group makes a diaspora community, because they all come from different parts of the world to come and live in that nation in which they were not born for any reason at all. So P2, you're going to state. Stating simply means they've done that, or they link that way, they link that way. Do not explain or describe. State, describe, identify. These are very different instructive words when doing coursework. P4, it says describe 2 or more legal issues that one has to be aware of when living in diaspora. What are the legal issues that you have to be aware of? You need to know these things. So you got to describe them. Number 1, they must have a valid passport, and they must blah blah describe things. Okay, for work permits, if they are allowed to work in the nation, that they must show evidence of having applied for work permit and granted work permit, things like that and more. So I want you, when you've gone through this course, you'll understand why it links so much into entrepreneurship. Are you with me? And then very quickly moving on there, that was P5. Let me see, that was P5, yes. Is there P6? Oops, P5. Yeah, P5. Resources can be defined in a number of ways. Which resources are of value to you, and how can you use those to help develop self, host community, and diaspora community? Okay, now, any resources that you have or you have developed, how can you use those to develop host communities or your diaspora grouping? Now, here I think it was a bit vague what they want you to do. I think here it says produce a poster. Evidence you're going to produce in here is you can produce a poster to describe the resources that you have or skills that you have and how they can help the community. A poster may be something, I didn't bring any samples here, but I think, just a minute, okay. Take some example which I think might help us. They want probably you to produce a poster. Let's, for example, a poster is something like this. Let me stretch it up. Okay, here's a poster. Now, the evidence they want you to produce in P5, in fact it says A3. This is a poster. You can give it a title and say resources that you have developed or in existence or what you know and how they help the host community, diaspora community, and so forth. You could put maybe diagrams here or maybe photographs of interviews you've taken and words. For example, this one is a poster for something else. It says Republic of Zambia, Ministry of Chiefs and Traditional Affairs, Department of Cultural Affairs. Yeah, I think these are traditional ceremonies. Those chiefdoms that have traditional ceremonies. This poster, when I look at it, I can pick up information of what they do. So in a similar way, you can produce a poster, but this is talking about resources in the diaspora that you know or you have and how you think they do actually add value to the community or bring communities together for development. So that's the evidence you are going to produce. And if you're going to record a video like you standing in front of a camera, like I'm doing to teach this class, it must not be more than 20 minutes. And the things you'll be talking about in that video to be able to meet P5 is you're looking at yourself, the resources that you found in your diaspora community or you have, and they're developing yourself. They're also developing the communities, the diaspora community and the host community, so that these two communities are what I would say symbiotic in terms of moving forward. You bring something to the table, I bring something to the table, we move together in the positive direction. That is the kind of thing I want to see as the evidence in P5. So for those who are not doing the certificates or awards or diplomas, but they are on CPD, continuous professional development, you may do this exercise, but it won't be presented for assessment. For you, it's a workshop. You can go through the materials. Peradventure in the future, you might want to convert this CPD to an award. Why don't you start collecting evidence now? Just put it nicely somewhere. In the future, if you want to start on a path to get an award in this unit or a certificate or diploma, as the case might be, at least you've got that evidence. You can just improve on it. So you don't do the course twice and spend much time in things that you could have done before, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, for CPD workshops, no assessment. For those on the award, certificate and diploma, we need the evidence to be submitted. And you are learning through the distant learning model, therefore you need to upload your evidence on the website, the Moodle, or post your materials to the designated address given to you by your tutor, the one that has been working with you. Okay, let's now go into the full lesson for the Diaspora Management, Unit 1.